Did you know you can create some really impressive anime AI art using Midjourney? In today's video, I'm going to show you what models you can use, what phrases and ways to think when you are prompting to get the most out of your AI imagery using Midjourney. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is go to /settings in Discord. And underneath the model version, we're going to choose Niji version 6 if we want to have the best chance of getting a really good image. However, this doesn't mean you can't choose some of the other Niji models or even version 5 or version 6 of the standard Midjourney to get good images. So what you can get, I'm going to show on screen right now, even using Midjourney version 5.2 or version 6, you get some pretty decent images. But this is what you can get with Niji version 4, version 5, and version 6. And I also want to add, if you decide to stick with Niji version 5, you also have styles. So at the end of your prompt, you type in -- style, and then the following. You can type in expressive, and that creates kind of a mature, dramatic style. Or you can type in cute, which is sort of more whimsical and cute with little characters. Or scenic, something that focuses on scenes and environmental details. Or you can go with style original. And this is just going back to the original Niji version 5 style, and you can get some pretty good results with that also. Now, if you want to take it a little bit of a step further, you can play with Stylize. Adding a score from 0 to 1,000, the default being 100, you can change how stylized your results are using Midjourney's opinionated nature. So this is what a few images look at Stylize: 0, 100, 250, 500, 750, and 1000. To give you a bit of an idea, I highly recommend experimenting with those when using some of these styles. Now, there are some generic phrases that you can add to the end of your prompts to make sure you nail that anime style. But you can also do some slightly different stuff, or you can go to an era-based style, so choosing certain decades of animation. You can then choose certain sort of like genres or art styles, or even move on to certain anime artists to get the look you're after. And of course, you can choose studios or even the shows or movies themselves as styles to really tailor your result. And I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to share a whole bunch of these styles here so you can check them out and basically see if there's something there that works for you and the style you're aiming for. Now, all of these prompts are a warrior ready for battle, comma, and then the following phrases I'm going to share. Starting with some generic phrases that'll sort of get the ball rolling a bit, such as anime style or manga style. And you'll see in the bottom left like a few generic phrases you can try, as well as mixing up the medium a little bit, so having 3D anime style or 3D manga style. But moving on, you can work on different eras or decades of anime to sort of influence that style. Things like anime retro nostalgia with a year attached to it, you can get some pretty decent results. But the best results I think I personally have gotten is through Anime Screencap. It looks like an actual screen cap from a film shot in that era, in most cases anyway. But it doesn't always have to look like a screen cap. You can try other styles such as just retro and get like a bit of a retro look. These are a little bit less directly associated, but still get some nifty results that kind of match up with that era. So experiment with those to see what you can make happen. Otherwise, you have different art styles and genres of anime that you can explore. So again, you can see some here, such as cartoonish anime or chibi. You get a few different looking images based on what you're actually trying. Now, if you see anything you like here, I recommend pausing so you can actually take this down. Otherwise, I'm going to list all of these styles in the video description below. But these are some really, really cool images. You can see there's a little bit of diversity in this style, but it still has that anime feel to it. So it can be a great way of trying to get different sort of flavors with your images. But if you follow a particular artist of anime, you can add them in too. Like if you're looking for a Dragonball Z style, try Akira Toriyama style, or just go through, see if there's any of the styles here that you like. Just remember again, it depends on what Niji's trained on. The style may not match the artist exactly, but it does have influence. And most of the most popular and famous artists out there will have their style present in your images, especially when you're using Niji, as it is trained on those Japanese sort of style art and anime images. But if you know a little bit more about anime than I do, you might know of some artists you would like to try with your prompts. Otherwise, you can move on to popular studios who have a very particular style about them. So I've tried some of the biggest studio names here. We've all seen Studio Ghibli before, But there's a few others in here, and a few different styles these studios are known for. And again, they may not always be on T, but you can still use them as a great way to try and steer in that direction. So try these out if you want to have a bit of fun with them. But the most fun you'll probably have is with actually referencing certain shows or movies. As you can see, when you actually try that in there, it has a strong influence from that show or movie, especially if it's a very popular one. And quite often actually kind of puts the characters in there, and that can be a bit of fun. But also, if you want to try and describe a character in that style, you can get some very different images. So this can be a real ton of fun, playing around with movies and shows to see what images you get, like some of the ones I've got on screen right here. And also remember, the more popular the show actually is, the more likely it's going to have a very strong style associated with it. But you can also couple this with the animation studio or even the style or era and combine these all together to get some really cool results. And let's check that out and see what that looks like. So let's type out our prompt. I've got a powerful warrior ready for battle, Ghost in the Shell style, Niji. I'll add 6 for Niji 6 with an aspect ratio of 16:9. I hit enter, and these are the results we get. Very Ghost in the Shell-esque, but not really the anime style we're looking for. So what happens if we hit remix? By the way, if you need to turn on remix, type /settings and click the remix button. I'm going to add in here 1990s Anime Screencap. And we're going to start mixing some of these styles together and submit. All of a sudden what we get is much closer to the actual Ghost in the Shell style. But what if we decide we want something more unique, and this time we add something else in there, like Akira Toriyama style, submit. Akira Toriyama being the Dragonball Z artist. So you can see how things then start to change a little bit more. But what we got here is kind of a little bit more of the old cyberpunk sort of 90s style. So once again, let's try something a little incompatible to see what else we can get. So comma, Studio Ghibli style, and submit. And now we have a softer anime style, still with a Ghost in the Shell look and that screen cap look, a little less Akira Toriyama, but by playing and mixing some of these styles together, we can start to steer the style in a certain direction. But there's also style references. So this time I'm going to copy the prompt. Go to /imagine and paste. Then add --sref for style reference. Then I add a URL from an image. I'm going to upload an image to postimage.cc. So postimage.cc, there's a link in the description. And I have this image here, orange with black and white. I'm going to copy the direct link, and I'm going to add that URL to my style reference. And you can see how it's kind of started to lean more towards that anime image style that I uploaded. So it actually does have that's a pretty good way to take a bit more control over your anime by using style references. And I'll pop a video in the video card at the end of this. But I also want to say that if you want to get a really good upscale out of these, so say I want to upscale this image here, I hit upscale 1. I do recommend upscale 1 of each. Subtle, I find generally will stay closest to the original, but Niji does an excellent job of upscaling anime images. And this is the result. This is the subtle upscale, and this is the creative upscale. You see the details are pretty good, it's pretty clean, and it does a great job for producing high resolution anime images. Otherwise, that's the video for today, guys, and I hope you had a lot of fun and just checking out those anime styles. I hope you've got an idea of how you can create some more anime imagery. And again, on the screen right now, I've got 2 videos. One to help you sort of understand style references if that's what you want to do. The other, how to turn yourself into an anime character. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video. Hope you see you again next time, and have a great day.